Hey guys,
You are welcome to our YouTube video. And what we have for you today is mind blowing, right? And the thing is, he or she is the marriage type when they possess certain characteristics and when overlooked can be very, very, very detrimental.
listen. You've been jumping from one relationship to the other. If you are not leaving someone is the one leaving you. I think it's just about the right time you started becoming a marriage material for someone. So watch this video to the end and I assure you that you will feel empowered to be someone's marriage material.
So marriage material, who at all is a marriage material?
I think marriage material is ideally someone who has the characteristics of a noble marriage partner. Someone who, even before marriage, has certain characteristics that this kind of person, if you marry him or her, is ideally going to be your perfect partner for marriage.
I think what that means is before you get married, you need to be laser focused on a particular type of people that will possess certain characteristics, right? And any marriage material will possess the kind of points we will raise. They will possess these characteristics we're about to raise in this video. So if you're about to get married or that thought has ever crossed your mind, stay tuned to this video as we will list the characteristics of these marriage materials in this video.
And so if these points do not apply to you, you really have to know that you're not ready for marriage, and so you should work on yourself deeply, especially if you are in your late 20s or in your early 30s.
Precisely. Let's jump right into it. And the first characteristics of a marriage material, which is by far the most important, if you ask me, is that this person in particular is really, really tolerant.
Everyone can say he's a tolerant person if he or she is not tested. So with tolerance, it doesn't really just apply to being in marriage. I think it cuts across as far as relationship is concerned. All kinds of relationship will be successful if your tolerance level can really be tested. If you are tolerant proof, two people can not be in agreement when one is not tolerant. It takes only one person to agree. And so when one person is tolerant, the relationship between this particular couple will move on for a very long time. And so the first characteristic that you have to embody to be a marriage material is you have to be very, very, very a tolerant person.
Oh, I like that part where Jay says it takes one to agree. And there's this thing I heard one time where someone says you can never win an argument. You can never win an argument with anyone unless you be like, okay, you are right. And that agrees with what Jerry is saying, that it takes one to agree. Yeah. Human beings are very emotional. And so when you are with someone, you realize that you need to compromise. And there's this quote in a book that I think is very important that everyone reads. That reads, when dealing with people, remember that you are not dealing with creatures of logic, but of emotions who are motivated by pride and vanity. What it means is that human beings are really, really emotional. You see, sometimes when you are the third party and you witness two people undergoing an argument, you realize on the other hand that you're like, why can't these two people just agree? The reason why they can't agree is that they are being driven by their emotions right there and then. And when emotions are attached, it is really, 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 really difficult to apply logic.
I think emotions concord with pride. Everyone has pride one way or the other. That's why in a relationship, if someone calls you in the night and the person doesn't answer, whether or not the person were asleep or not, you feel some kind of way like, oh, why isn't the person answering? Am I not that important to the person? Because of this simple pride. And so in an argument, everybody wants to be the right person because of the pride that he or she has. And so to embody the first characteristics of a marriage material, you really have to really put your pride down. That's what we mean by being tolerant. Put your pride aside. It takes only one person to agree. To whether or not you're in an argument, just agree and accept whatever is at stake.
To help with your tolerance level, or really in general to understand people, we really will recommend this book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It really helps with your relationship with anyone at all, not even marriage only.
One is the plan. One being the plan is our second point, and we'll be dive deep into it.
One is the plan is a way of us saying that you need to be faithful. You need to have in your mind from the get-go that you are going to be with this person only. I've said this before, it's a psychological thing. Immediately you enter into a relationship with someone, have it in your mind that this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. When you start with this mindset, what it does, it helps filter all those negativity in your mind, where especially when you meet other people, because it's in your subconscious mind that you want to be with one person.
Yeah.
It helps you erase all that negativity and you are able to concentrate on this one person.
Can you commit to one person? Have you tested yourself to commit to one person before? Was it a hard thing to go through? Or were you able to go through to the end? If this was the case for you, that you were able to go through, then you embody the one is the plan characteristics of being a married material. All married material are supposed, this is an expectation, are supposed to be committed to just the one partner they are with, regardless of whether they see other beautiful people, regardless of whether they see other intellectual people, regardless of whether you feel like you are more compatible to someone else than the one you are currently with. Now, this one is by far very important because you made a vow. A vow means you made a promise to be with one person, and so ideally it is expected for you to be with a particular person for the rest of your life. And so if you don't have this characteristics, forget it. You are not a wife material or husband material.
Oh, it may sound harsh, but it really is the truth. And of course, like we always do, you have a Bible quotation which goes perfectly with this point, just like Jerry said, from Proverbs chapter 5, verse 15 to 21. But I think we start from the middle somewhere, where he says, "So be happy with your wife and find joy with the woman you married, pretty and graceful as a deer. Let her charm keep you happy. Let her surround you with her love. Why should you give your love to another woman, my son? Why should you prefer the charms of another man's wife? The Lord sees everything you do. Wherever you go, he is watching."
That moves us right into our third and final point, which is be financially conscious.
Financial stress by far has been the number one cause for divorce worldwide, right? And so before you enter into marriage, you need to be laser focused on your finances.
Wow.
I hear a lot of people saying that when you enter into marriage, God will bless you, and so your finances will be taken care of. Statistically, it has been proven wrong by the amount of divorce rate that has been caused by financial stress. So before you enter into marriage, my sister, be particular about your finances as you enter into marriage. My brother, of course, you don't need me to tell you that. You need to be particular about your finances before you enter into marriage. It's really important.
Wow. To be financially conscious, it means that you have to be really, number one, you have to be a saver. That is the little you have to hoard it and think about the future. Now, that is what it really means to be financially conscious. One thing you should know that to embody the characteristics of a lawyer or a noble married material, you have to be a saver. That is, you spend less and you save and you think about the future investment.
Whenever you are with someone in a relationship and they are particular about spending all that you have, especially before you enter into marriage, then right there, she tell you that this is not the one. Anytime you are with someone and they are like, maybe you have 70,000 Ghana cedis in your bank account, and she is comfortable with you spending 50,000 on your marriage ceremony, then you know right there that this person is not the type that is going to help you in your relationship.
Now, do you even realize that there are some kind of arguments? It doesn't really happen in marriages that are financially stable. You know, there are some arguments like, what will we eat in the evening? This argument is not supposed to be there when you are financially stable.
A typical one, the money you left for the food this evening is not, it will not be enough.
That's quite sad for any relationship to go through that, especially in a marriage relationship. It do you a lot of good if you are financially stable, if you are with a partner that thinks about the future almost invariably. Now, one thing you also have to know about being a marriage material financially is that you're a workaholic. I mean, is your partner really serious about work? Is your partner always sleeping late and waking up very late because they don't care about their finances? They are always putting the burden on the other partner. How serious is your partner about work and getting more money?
We are introducing a new segment called Phone a Friend. So we are going to phone our friend and we are going to ask this friend a question we have saved for the person. And it's related to our topic that we are seeing right now. I'll call this friend and we'll ask the question and we find out what question and we'll find out his or her thoughts on this.
Hello.
Hey, Whitney, good morning. I hope you are doing well.
Yes, I'm good.
We just want to ask you a question and we need your opinion on that. The question is that 70% of divorces are from financial stress, right? And so, what do you think both partners can do to relieve financial stress, especially before marriage?
Okay. Well, I think even before marriage or inside the marriage or after marriage, it should all come as the man is the head, the man is the provider, the man is the hunter, the woman is just available to spend or eat whatever the hunter brings home or make it a meal. But when there's a circumstance whereby the man also wants the woman to hunt, wants the woman to provide, do what he's supposed to do, then it becomes like a challenge. That is when the woman would be thinking she also deserves more or almost the same as the man.
Wow.
And it does not really bounce, like it doesn't come down to the divorce being 70% of, let's say, financial problems. There are so many small things that build up. So when the financial issue comes, then it becomes like the main topic for the breakup. But I don't really think that's the main issue for someone to divorce or to have problems in their marriage.
So you
It's
don't
just how they.
you don't agree that when there is no money in the marriage, the divorce will come?
When there's no money in the marriage, I don't think the marriage should even happen in the first place. But anyway, when there's no marriage and you still allow or accept and you enter, there should be someone who brings in more than the other.
So you're
And
trying to
that
say
should be the man.
you're trying to say that before you enter into the marriage, both of you should understand that the man should be the sole provider, right?
Yes. And even if you have your own money, you just assist your husband. You don't provide for your husband. If you put it in your head that you are providing for your husband, that's when the disrespect and all of those problems and But if you genuinely like someone or you love someone and you be in a relationship and want to marry the person and you have money, assist your partner. Don't provide. Immediately you become the provider, you become the head of the family, and the man becomes useless. And that's the case. So you assist him, even if he doesn't have the money, give him the money by assisting, not providing.
Wow.
Wow, thank you very much,
He
Whitney.
doesn't have-
That's very profound for a very young girl like you. God bless you for your time. Thank you very much. And maybe we'll call you next
All right,
time.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Wow, I think that was so profound, like for a young girl. And this whole segment and the idea behind that is we just want to hear from you guys. We want to know how you think about some of these things firsthand.
All right, so that was beautiful, and it was nice to hear from a friend. Going forward, we'll be doing things like this, and in the future, we hope that you want to join. This is where we come to the end of the YouTube video. We hope that you learned something really, really, really important from this section. So we are happy that you stayed through to the end, to this far of the video.
Until next week, I guess. Bye-bye.